Hey guys, it's Chef Jason Morse, your Ace Hardware grilling expert. Thank you for hanging out with us for today's edition of Ace This Recipe. I am hanging out at my indoor grilling department here at Highlands Ranch Ace Hardware in beautiful, colorful Colorado, and I'm getting ready to do something a little bit over the top today. That's right, it's Big Green Egg over the top chili. I don't know about you, but man, I'll tell you, I love chili. I think there is no better like year-round dish, whether it's fall, winter, spring, summer, red chili, green chili, just absolutely adore it. And today's chili is no different because we're giving it the beautiful, hearty, robust charcoal flavor of that big green egg. And then we're gonna put that grill grate on top here. We're gonna set that meat on there and allow that beautiful like charcoal smoke and post oak wood flavor to really crust over that meat and give it a lot of flavor. Then that meat just drips into the chili, adding just, oh man, it like makes you salivate. It is so fantastic. But we've got a great recipe for you today. Thank you for joining us. We love cooking with you and we hope you enjoy cooking with us as well. Today's recipe we've got available for you right down below in that description section. You can click expands that and then you can click print and follow along. And then don't forget that information station. That's that little eye that pops up. That's gonna let you into the world of gear, gadgets, and grills. It's gonna tell you everything about the big green egg that we're using today, from the charcoal to the fire starters, the post oak wood. It'll let you into all the seasonings as well as the Lodge cast iron. A lot of information, right? We've got a lot of cool stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and do what we always do and take a little walkthrough of all of our ingredients. Then we're gonna get that big green egg fired up for indirect cooking today. We're gonna get this all set and then we're going over the top. That's right, we're going over the top with chili. And yeah, I couldn't be any more excited. So thank you for hanging out with us and thanks for joining us. Let's get cooking. Well, like we always do, let's give you a quick little rundown of the ingredients we're cooking with today. We've got some 80-20 ground chuck. I love ground beef. I love the chuck muscle. It just eats fantastic. We've got kidney beans. We've got fire roasted crushed tomatoes, fire roasted diced tomatoes. We've got some chopped bacon as well. We've got red pepper, green pepper, and some yellow onion all diced and ready. Down front, we've got some jalapenos. We left the seeds in and left the pith in there because we really wanted that robust jalapeno flavor. Then we've got some of that beautiful crushed garlic, you know, that we love. Spice-wise today, we're gonna do a little bit of bayou dust, we do a little bit of rub-a-dub, and a little bit of fire salt. So that bayou dust is gonna give it that cool Cajun chili profile. Rub-a-dub's gonna be that salt, pepper, onion. Fire salt's gonna give it that boom, that fun little burst of heat. And then we're cooking in the Lodge cast iron as well today. Now, as we cook this today, we're gonna pay attention to its moisture level. So we also have a little bit of beef stock here to make sure that it doesn't dry out because we are gonna cook it a little bit longer today, probably about a 2.5 hour cooking process to get this all set and ready to go. Our grill today is that large big green egg, and we went ahead and got that charcoal stirred, got that ash down, and we reloaded it with big green egg lump charcoal. Now, what we did, as you can see, is we kind of made a well in there, right? Where we put our tumbleweeds, and we're gonna go through and get these guys started up here. And I like to make a well in the middle. I like the ability for these tumbleweeds and that heat to really push their way down into that charcoal. And you'll actually watch that fire go down and out and just make a really hot fireball or ember pile in the middle, so to speak, right? So what we'll do is let this go. I've got the bottom vent open, the top vent open. We're gonna let this go until we get a beautiful, beautiful ember pile in the middle, and then we're gonna get it set up for indirect cooking at 375 degrees. We are about 10 minutes into this. I've got the bottom vent wide open, the top vent wide open, and you can see we're building a beautiful, beautiful ash pile in there. Now, I'm gonna add 2 big chunks of post oak. I'm kind of the philosophy, I'd rather have a bigger chunk and let it smolder slowly versus a bunch of little chunks that really burn fast and smolder fast. I want long, even, easy, beautiful smoke, right? So I'm gonna put one of these guys back here, and then I'm gonna put one of these guys up here. Now what's gonna happen is, as that charcoal starts to burn more and that wood goes, now we're gonna get that beautiful, fantastic, like charcoal with a hint of post oak, and that is gonna give that over the top chili exactly what we want. So now we'll go ahead and we'll get the convector in because we're gonna get this guy shut and ready and adjusted and let this climb now to 375 degrees. Now that we have the Dutch oven heated, now it's time to get this closed. We're gonna keep an eye on this our goal for temperature, 375 degrees. While the big green egg is heating up, we have just a little bit of prep to do. So I took my 2 pounds of ground beef, right? And I want to season this ahead of time because I want some of that fat and that seasoning to drip down into that chili, and then I will season the chili again once we push all this down and get going. So we're going to start with a little bit of our bayou dust. And I always say as much or as little as you like. I don't want to be the determining factor of your seasoning level, so go with your preference. Now we're doing a little bit of rub-a-dub as well, so that bayou dust gives it that super Cajun like chili flavor. That rub-a-dub is going to give it salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and a little bit of fire salt for heat. Nothing crazy because we already have heat in the jalapenos. Now go ahead and mix all this up, get that set and ready to go, and we're basically making a giant meatball, right? Because what we're going to do is take this and put it on top of a grill grate on top of the chili while the chili ingredients, or the guts, so to speak, do their thing and cook in the big green egg. So we're all seasoned, mixed up, and ready to go. Now what I will do, make sure I get all this picked up in here, and I will add my meatball, and then I'm going to flatten it just a little bit as well so that we can have a little bit faster cook and not take too long. But now I'm going to cover this and let this sit while the big green egg gets hot, right? Once it hits 375, we're going to start the cooking process, and then when it's time to add this, we will be set and ready to go. Take a minute and show you where we are. So we're a little about 355, but here's where we have the top adjusted to, and then like we always do on the bottom, you can see we've got about half of the opening open, and then half of it screen, and then about half of that with the flap. So we've got a nice adjustment on the bottom. That's going to keep us at 350. We've got the top set there. Now what I do is use that top to really adjust it and keep it micro adjusted right where I need it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add this bacon first, and I've got it nicely julienne, and I'm going to go ahead and leave it now, right? And, you know, usually when you're going indirect and you open it, you're going to get a little bit of flare up. I'm not worried about that too much, so I'm going to let this bacon cook for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to come back and add the peppers and onions. All right, you can see that bacon is doing a great job. It's about we're about halfway cooked. We've got the fat rendered off. Now it is time to add our red peppers, our green peppers, and our onions. So I'll saute these guys up for just a minute, get them stirred up in that bacon fat, and then we'll go ahead and let these guys do their thing for about 5 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and get this shut. We'll leave these guys in just to soften up for about 5 minutes, and then when we come back, we'll get ready to add the beans, the tomatoes, and really what we call the guts of the chili before we put the top on the grill grate and get ready to add the beef. So we got the grill back up to 375, got all the veggies kind of softened up a little bit. We're gonna add our fire roasted ground tomatoes. We're gonna add our fire roasted diced tomatoes, and then we're gonna go ahead and add our dark red kidney beans, right? And those are set. I'm also gonna add my jalapenos with the seeds, and I'm gonna add my garlic in there. So now that I've got these added, what I'm going to go ahead and do, oh, listen to that, sauteing away. Smells so good in here too with that post oak. We went ahead and stirred that, got it all mixed up good. We added our grill grate from the big green egg back on top. Now we're going to add our chunk o' meat, right? That's our 2 pounds of ground beef, all seasoned and ready to go. Now we're going to take the iGrill probe, put that right into the dead center, and we're going to start watching temperature. Now this becomes about temperature versus time. We're going to cook this until the internal temp of the ground beef is 145 degrees. So we'll go ahead and close this, maintain that 375 degrees, and get that beef cooked. Okay, so just to kind of give you an idea of where we're at. The meat is at about 58 degrees right now, but look at the bubbling. What we're trying to watch for now is to see how much moisture is in the chili guts, right? Because we don't want that to evaporate. Right now, we still look good. Well, we hit that 145 degrees on the meat, so we'll go ahead and take that out. Now comes the fun part. This is when we start pushing all of that meat down past the grill grates, through the grill grates, and down into our chili. Now we're gonna go ahead and mix all of our guts, right, into our beef, or our beef into our chili guts. And then this is where you can adjust seasonings if you want. Taste it, add a little bit more of the rub-a-dub, or a little bit more bayou dust, a little bit more fire salt, depending on where you want the heat level. Total cook time to get here is an hour and a half, and that is pretty awesome. It is beautiful. I like it like this. I like it a little bit thicker, a little bit less soupy. But if you want to add a little bit more tomatoes to it, or a little bit more beef stock to it, you absolutely can. But overall, that is a fantastic, wow, and it just smells incredible. I'm absolutely blown away at how easy this recipe is, but just how flavor-packed it is. So next up, we'll see you at the cutting board. We're going to show you how to garnish this, and then we have a pretty cool way to serve it as well. Our doneness fly over, and look at that. Like I said, I like a little bit thicker chili, but you could totally add more tomatoes to that, whether it's crushed or diced, or even some of that beef stock. And then check this out. I think nothing screams I'm sitting on the couch eating chili more than, boom, in my Yeti cup or my Yeti mug, all decorated and ready to go. I could pretty much eat chili every day. Summer, winter, fall, spring. This just came out so good. The helpful folks are sitting back there, and they're too shy to come and hang out, but they're waiting because this entire hardware store smells like over-the-top chili. The recipe worked perfectly. We're talking about an hour and a half of cook time, which is fast, right? And then look at this. I have my Yeti Rambler loaded with some chili. I put the lid back on, and now I'm taking this on the road. So if you're talking tailgate fun, guess what? Your Yeti holds chili nice and hot as well. Yeah, this came out so perfect. At the end, like I said, I like mine a little bit thicker, right? You can easily thin it out, add a little bit more tomato to it as well, but man, absolutely fantastic. So, hey, don't forget that eye. That's our information station. That'll let you in to the world of gear, gadgets, and grills. Click on that. That'll show you everything we cooked with, from the Lodge cast iron to what we used on the Traeger, the spices, and more. Then, don't forget to leave your comments. Head down to that comment section and tell us, what did you like? How can we be more helpful, and what would you like to learn? I love your comments. I appreciate interacting with you on YouTube, so keep them coming and let us know what we can do to make you those legends in the backyard cooking circuit. Then, while you're down there, click subscribe, ring the bell, click on the bell as well, and you'll be notified when all of our videos go live. And then share it with your friends and family as well. Let them in on the secret. Don't keep it, don't be a YouTube hoarder. Let these guys know all the cool stuff we've got coming up. They can subscribe as well. Now, you have mastered chili on the Big Green Egg, which is absolutely fantastic. At the end of this, Allison's gonna load a couple more videos for you. We're gonna do Big Green Egg, how to make ribs, and the ribs came out fantastic. And then we're gonna show you how to do a pretty fantastic steak as well on your Big Green Egg. So just some more fun videos from us, but at the end, be sure to click on those, and you can continue on your journey to the Big Green Egg. So, hey, I'm Chef Jason Morris, your Ace Hardware grilling expert. Thank you, as always, for letting me share a little bit of time cooking with you. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. So, let's, I lied. I got to sample a little bit of this before I go, but like I said, I love this. This is my chili mug, and I put a little cheese and sour cream on there. Then, get in there and get a nice little bit of that delicious, look at that, cheese, sour cream, all of that. Yeah, that is seriously over the top. Cheers.